technicians around the globe, not to mention the inspiration and marketing savvy to go henceforth, forthwith, and destroy those dents with a lovely cup of tea and a stiff upper lip. Attention for those dent guys. Bravo, chaps.
1, 2, 3, we're back in the room. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
Evening. All good?
All right, Joe?
Oh, good. Shall we introduce ourselves?
Martin Saddle Socks from Dent Remover.
I'm Ben Ridley from JMPDR.
And who's this?
John from the shed.
The Dent Shed.
Joe from the shed. What have you got down there, man? Is it a Wendy house, man cave, sauna?
Yeah, bit of a cabin at the bottom of the garden, mate. It's the only place I could find really where I wouldn't wake a kid up or not have Wi-Fi.
Oh, there you go. Happy days.
You got the feet in the hot tub then, have you?
No, I wish, mate. No. Not allowed one of them, mate. Got a paddling pool.
Lovely.
I just had a bit of a panicky moment then when we were doing the intro. I'd somehow managed to do an emergency SOS call on my phone, and I've just looked down a minute ago and it's like, still on emergency call. I'm like,
how'd you manage that?
I don't know. It's been a long day, mate. It's been a long day. How are we all anyway? What's going on? Joe, how's your week going?
Busy. Very, very busy, mate. Long hours at the minute, buddy.
Yeah.
But can't complain. It's better than being quiet, isn't it? So.
That's it, mate. Make
Definitely.
hay while them suns is shining.
That's
Good
it.
one, yeah.
If you can carry on working, it's just the time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, that needs sleep.
Loads of coffee breaks.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get into Joe's story in just a second, but as always, at the start of every show, I reckon we should probably jump into that comment section, see who's with us tonight. We've got quite a few folks. There's 22 folks with us at the minute. That's cool. No
So,
pressure,
yeah.
Joe. No pressure.
Got James Day's with us tonight, evening.
Evening.
The man, Igor.
He's back. Igor.
The man, Graham.
Yo.
The man, Jason. All right,
Jason's
Jason.
on. Sorry I didn't call you
Nice.
back today, buddy. I
Nice.
prefer listening to your voicemails.
Yes, nice that you're keeping the comments clean, Jason. Thank you. Steve Wood, the man. Yeah, Jason again. Not so clean that time. Martin, the man. Cody, the man. There you go. Good evening.
Loads of men's. Keep chucking
I know.
up in the
Well, I
comments.
like
guys.
to just say that for everyone, didn't I?
Of course. Why not? Why not? Happy days.
Fog.
Dave's on.
The fog man.
There's a man who knows how to fix a dent. Joe, fog or lines?
Fog.
We had to
Fog.
start already.
Gotta ask the question.
A Ron Chappelle is on.
Aaron.
The mustache.
Yeah. Kirk, good evening.
Evening, fella.
How are you? Martin Clifton.
Hey.
Good evening.
Is this a first those dent guys for Martin? Don't remember seeing them. Maybe. Don't know.
I don't
Welcome.
know.
Welcome, buddy.
Welcome. Wayne, evening sausages.
Wow. You're a sausage.
I had to say it.
How we doing, Wayne? Evening, mate.
Good evening. And I think that's it for now.
Days. Well,
Yeah.
as we go through tonight's escapades, and I say escapades, keep chucking up in the comment sections if you've got any
That's
questions for Joe or anything or any conversations. It'd be good to have. I'll tell you what, before we do dive into things, Joe came up with a bit of a question today, and maybe everyone can have an opinion on this one. So Joe sent us a message about some door hooks. Joe, do you want to just go over that again and see if anyone's got any suggestions for tooling that might help?
Yeah, so J-hooks, predominantly under door handles. There's a lot of braces on the Jags and Land Rovers that I work on. And obviously when you're twisting your bar, by the time it touches the panel,
Yeah.
it's not flush with the panel. When you're trying to pull it up under the brace, it's going on an angle. Does anyone make one that's got a twist on the end? So by the time you've twisted it onto the panel, it's pushed with its slide up under the brace because it's
Ah,
no one I know's got any, but it's hard to tell from pictures on the internet. I know they do
Yeah.
offset ones, but I don't know if it's got that twist on it to bring it up under that brace.
I mean, the first thing that sprung to my mind was possibly Ryan shut-ups, but I don't.
Yeah.
I've not actually used them myself, so I don't know. Anybody else? Have you got anything? What? So you're saying it needs to be offset with a twist, or?
Yeah, so I know, like, I think the shut-ups and the blend ones, I can't think what they're called now, the blend whale tail offsets. I know they do. I know they're offset from the main shaft, but I've sort of modified one of my BLE bars and physically twisted it, and it worked
Right.
brilliantly, but only on one side of the car, obviously. So I'm just looking for someone that's made for the job as opposed to me getting a pair of mole grips on it and bending it about right.
Was
You
that
want
for
one-
J hooks? Sorry, was it for the J bars?
Yeah,
Which-
so coming up under the door handles, they tend to have a brace under a lot of them, which is glued, but we get a lot of small dents on them that are just inside that brace. If
Yeah.
you just pull up into it, you can get them, because otherwise they're a pain in the arse to try and
Yeah.
open it up, glue it, and it's just a long-winded process.
Right. Good. Well, Dave Dawson just said, I heated and tweaked an all-day one to do
You do?
exactly that.
Look at that. Yeah.
I had some AV tools, sided J bars, and they did the shape, but then they twisted off at an angle, and you had
that's
left and
what we
right.
need, yeah. Because it's
Yeah.
there's a few offsets out there, but if you sort of picture it on the car, by the time you twisted that in the door, that tip of the tool is not sitting flush with the panel, it's on an angle, so it's never going to pull up under that brace, it's going to hit it.
Right. Okay.
That's why I've twisted the end, but if someone doesn't make one, someone
Well,
needs to
Get one made.
you've just got yourself a tool idea, mate. Draw it out. Get in touch with A1 or somebody, and we can have a JMPDR J bar.
That's it. JMPDR bar.
Justin Rose just said AV as well. It's his first time as well watching. Cheers.
Evening, boy.
Kirk says Dentcraft hooks. No, one red, one green.
Number one red,
Number
one green.
You just go on. You're used to doing bedtime stories, so you can read really good. I can't.
Do I have to do it in a bedtime story voice as well?
No, God's sake, no. we don't need. We'll all be asleep, won't we? Like,
Dentcraft hook nose. One red, one green. Go to sleep.
my AV bars are pink and brown.
Are they?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh.
fruity. Well, there's some options there then. Happy days. We'll have to have a little look into those. And if they're not doing what you need, buddy, you've got yourself a
Get
tool
'em
idea
made.
you need to get on.
Yeah, bend it, make it, yeah.
Quickly as well.
Yeah, because it's out there now. We're live.
That's it.
You can't pull it back now.
Here you go. Just one more. Steve Wood. Go on, Ben.
No, I'm not saying it.
You
You made me nervous now.
I've had to custom make bars to do that job. I believe BLE will make a tool for you if you like. You can buy something similar and modify it.
It's not a bad
Sounds like
idea.
fun.
So if I bend one to the right angles and then send it to them with all the
Yeah,
all
I
the
think you need
script marks in it from where I've bent it, they'll make it nice.
you need it to be treated though, don't you? You need it to be hardened because you don't want to be giving it some and it just snap and stick a big nice line in your door.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, there you go. Look at that. We're making tools live on air. Happy
That's
days.
it. Pack. Hey up, how are you doing?
Hey, Pack, how you doing, buddy?
Nice to get you on. What's up? First time here too. Lunchtime here in Canada.
I tell you what, if anybody doesn't
Enjoy
follow,
your lunch.
oh yeah, chow
Cheers.
down. If anyone doesn't follow Pack on social media, you should. The guy has some quality content and lovely chap. Absolutely awesome work. Pack, if you're in the comments, obviously chuck up all your social media links, mate. Everyone would do well to go and give him a follow. Really top guy, work and social media content. There you go.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. Right then, shall we
Go on, mate.
start?
Roll your catchphrase out.
Hello, Joe. What's your name and where do you go? Well, I know your name. Well, you swore then.
You've answered the first one.
Where do you
We'll cut
come
that bit
from?
I'm from Leicester.
From where, buddy?
Leicester, mate. I'm from.
Leicester.
Leicester.
Leicestershire.
Well, that's the end of this show. Come on, I'm off.
My pizza's just turned up. I'll see you later.
What's that all the noises about?
Yeah, hang on a minute.
You're Domino's to do pizza.
I wonder if this will work.
Come on.
That's just me. I was gonna. Oh,
No,
Joe, where have you gone?
He's there. There he is.
Oh,
You go and get your pizza. There you go. You just scoff on it. I can't believe you're doing this live on air.
I'm not going to do it, mate. I saw Justin Bieber do that once with a Subway on BBC, and it was so rude.
Right then, so you're in Leicester then. Where do you work then? What do you do? Is it trade, retail? Is it other?
so I work in like fleet refurb. I work on predominantly. I work on the Jaguar Land Rover contract. Pretty much full time. I subcontract to that, and then I take on my own private retail work, evenings, weekends, whenever I can get it around the wife.
Could you not have picked some easier cars to work on for a day job? I mean,
yeah, there's a lot of aluminium on them, a lot.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a steep learning curve, but it's all I've known really.
Well, the good news is, if you're doing all that, then you can pretty much take on the world, surely.
The plan.
How'd you get around the doors then? Because I did 2 Range Rover Sports this week, and I just stripped the doors. Just it takes 10 minutes.
The sports, we mainly get the sports chops down that body line down the bottom.
Okay.
And it took me a long time to get a bar that could get them out. I had one made from a bit longer from BLE, and it just wasn't sharp enough, and it didn't have a long enough to get the power. So they're obviously weird. So the back 7 inch of the door towards the rear door, you can get to fine. The more they've got a diagonal brace going across them, so you can get to about the centre just. But then anything past that, you're having to heat your whale tail up, push through the glue, which will make an absolute mess of the glue to get that tiny little dent out. Then have to tap all that mess you just made back down again. But
So it bunches it up, doesn't it?
yeah, I've just had to buy a new ultra thin whale tail because I've heated it that many times. It's just twisted now. It's lost its strength. But it's fixed hundreds of dents, so it's done its job at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You do realise your phone's just going to be blowing up on a daily basis now when anyone gets to a Jaguar or Land Rover.
Yeah, but the bar on them is the Ratchet Dent Reaper, back-handed one, the original long one. It's so strong, and
That's the tool for every job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sharp, and it's fold that wing mirror back, contour up, and you can get bang on it, and it's keep that window up a couple of inches, and you'll have no. I've never broke one yet.
There's plenty of wood. Just don't leave there from now on. You'll be safe.
That's it. Yeah, but yeah,
I've never
keep that window up, and they've been sound.
Yeah, I've never really bothered pushing on laminated glass. I don't want that to break one, so I just strip them. So
yeah, it's
I don't want to.
Sports, mate. To be honest, if you leave it up, I've really pushed on them glasses, and as long as you're not pushing on that very edge, they're strong as hell. The only ones I've come across you've probably seen it on the PDR Tool Time page that who was doing it? Hudson was doing one on a Porsche Panamera, and it shattered straight away. But apparently they're too tight in the rails. It's not a problem of pushing on the edge of the glass. As soon as you put pressure on it, it puts pressure on it in the channels, and then bang.
Yeah.
And they were what did he say it was? It was somewhat stupid, like $800. So they're not expensive plastic brakes. I stay away from them. Panameras.
Abort mission.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, all I'm going to do now is just update my disclaimer on MTRX saying Joe said it was okay.
Yeah.
You got a
said if
question?
I left the window up, I'll be fine.
That's it, yeah. When Patrick Allen's asking, why do people leave double glazed windows up a tad? There you go.
From my understanding, just so that the way I push, especially to get the power on them body lines to get them out with that dent reaper, I'll put pressure on. I know different people work different. A lot of lads that I work with, they pull, but I always push. So I'll twist to put the pressure on to find the tip, and then I'll push against the glass. And if you leave that glass right down, you're pushing against the very edge of that glass, which is how you break them. Because the glass is as strong as hell in the middle, but brittle on the outside. So if you leave it 2 inch, you're not leaving against that very edge of the glass. That's the way I've been told, and like touch wood. I ain't broke one yet,
so same as tough and glass. You know, you can chuck it in a skip and it'll bounce, but if you just tap the edge, it'll shatter.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Yeah, like you said, everyone works in a different way, and what you've done there, I do things completely different. What I do is I go, "Hey, Martin, I've got a job for you, mate." Yeah, I'll see you in half hour.
Yeah. You like that conversation?
Every day. Happy days.
Good effort.
So the bulk of, like you say, the bulk of your work is fleet work, Jaguar, Land Rover. Do you find much time to get out and do your own stuff, or is that a thing? Can you get out?
Yeah. So at the minute it's manic. So we're doing most days of the week, apart from the lads. Apart from the days I take my lad to nursery, we're doing like 5 till 5 at the minute. So we're doing 12 hours a day.
Cool.
So at the minute, I'm just booking in private work on Mondays and Wednesdays. Otherwise, I don't see my lad through the week, and it's not going to work. So, but yeah, at the minute, I'm stacked out. I'm booking 3-4 weeks in advance, but I'm doing 2 innings a week. But yeah, I take on as much as I can get away with, really.
Yeah, good lad. Good lad.
Yeah.
I mean, probably shouldn't ask this question, but is that something you want to do full time? Is to go full retail, or
I've not got any plans to. No, I'm quite. I like the balance I've got, really. I like the security in the way that I've got on the Jaguar Land Rover contract, and then my stuff I do in evenings and weekends is a bit extra, and it's sort of just building my business a little bit, and I enjoy doing it.
I think there's a lot to be said for that as well. You're right in what you're saying, having that balance, and it's something that took me a long time to figure out as well. Is that literally that work-life balance and what you want out of it all. You got kids, you want to see them. You can't just work yourself to death, mate. 'Cause it's all time you ain't going to get back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, fair play to you, buddy. I'll tell you what. On that note, shall we have a little look at some of Joe's retail work? Because he sent us a few before and afters, hasn't he?
Do it.
Yeah.
We have found out Joe loves a red car, doesn't he? Especially bottom of doors. You sadist.
They're just attract other cars, I think.
They're the fastest as well.
Let's have a quick look at some of Joe's work. Stellar work as well. Well, there's 3 things I'm taking away from that. Either Joe's really, really, really good at what he does.
He's got a good painter.
Or B, Joe's got all the cheat codes, so he's got a few cheat codes up his sleeve. Or he's got a good parts and painter guy. Well,
I'm glad you're in Leicester.
I know. Good
Lovely.
man.
Yeah, there's some corkers there.
How long have you been fixing for, Joe?
Full time. Coming on 2.5 maybe. Some full time. Yeah,
2.5.
2.5 years.
Thank God for that.
Not months.
I mean, even at that,
2.5 months. Oh no, where are they all coming from? Ooh.
even at that, I'm still calling cheater.
In 2.5, if it was 2.5 months, I'll be in this seat.
Where did you train then?
So
How did you get into PDR?
So originally I left school, did my apprenticeship, panel beater, such yourself. Did that for 8 or 10 years, something like that. Didn't enjoyed it. It's the same as PDR. It's satisfying doing a big piece of filler and it coming out the oven after it's been painted, as long as the paint is not de-aged primer and it looks terrible because your body line's now gone. Yeah, enjoyed it, but just didn't want to be sucking up filler all my life. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be 60 years old still rolling around in filler dust, really.
Yeah.
So I just fell apart, really. I took on a Snap-on Tools franchise for 5 years. I did for, and it was okay, and I'm glad I did it from experience, but it wasn't for me. Not sales and that. It's a lot of finance and all that sort of stuff. But I did it. So that came out of that, and I went into Bruntingthorpe, into the airfield. And I originally went in to work on a CNC machine, cutting the diamond cut alloys. And a bit of a mix of doing that and dropping back on, panel beating, and that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's when the other side of our workshop, I got to know Paul Ogden and his group of dent lads, basically. So I got friendly with them, got chatting to them, and I knew about PDR, obviously, because I've been in the trade for 10 years. But I'd never seen fog. I'd only ever seen some old hack with a little board with some fine line on it. And
Each to their own.
I never.
Just let me know when it's safe to come out.
That's it. Yeah, get a drink, mate. I never connected the dots really. I never thought I'd had it done on my card. The dent bloke I'd known for years, he's still going now. Barry Ellis, Dent Devils. Yeah. Cracking dent man. And he fixed one on my car years ago, and I was blown away. But I never made that link of why don't I try that? And anyway, I started at Bruntingthorpe and got to know them lads, and yeah, it just blew me away. The stuff that they can repair, like Paul himself and some of the lads that subcontract for him are awesome dent lads. So I did the usual thing of thinking, I've been doing this panel beating 10 years. That looks hell easy. I could do that.
That's what they all say.
Bought a light, bought a couple of bars, and soon found out it ain't that easy. So went on a course for just a week, just somewhere in the UK. Looking back on it, wasn't
any good?
Wasn't not great, but it served a purpose. So came back after that, and then I got the opportunity to go work for Paul, to start contracting for him, and it's snowballed from there. Really, yeah. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. Yeah, I love it.
Same as us then.
Yeah, it just in that place. It's been the best start to PDR that I could ever wish for, really, because working around such a good team of people and the standards are so high in there that I learnt the right way. Like I had it just drummed into me that if you can't finish something that's that big, it's the same principle as finishing something that's that big. And when I first started around there, one of the lads I work with, Ryan, is in Canada now. I remember I went round and I started there. I thought I was pretty good. I thought I was all right. I could hold my own. I wasn't. So I remember the first, I don't know, first month easy, sticking me on to get loads of bodyline chops like below, above that door moulding on the velars and all that sort of stuff. So door moulding off, and just trying to pinpoint them tiny little chops in them body lines, and me thinking, yeah, that's done. Come check this, mate. And they come over.
A bit
Nah,
more.
not quite, mate. A bit more. And I'm like, what are you doing? No, there's nothing there. And that's when I learnt that on my course, I'd not learnt how important it was to get that light back.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got shown that, you move that light back onto the front wing, and you're like, oh yeah, so that's what I can see when I take my light off. And then as soon as you can start being accurate enough to pinpoint them tiny little bits, it went from there. And yeah, it's just been going ever since. Really, I started taking on my own private work and just taking on bigger stuff, and just with the kind of principle really that I don't know if I can do it, but I'll give it a bloody good try.
Good
I think
effort.
that's the only way you learn sometimes.
I'll tell you what, though, even like what you're saying, 2.5 years, some of the stuff, even in just that mini reel we've seen there, is, I mean, that's some nasty stuff. You know, it's fair play to you, even at 2.5 years, to be taking on stuff like that and, you know, winning massively. Unreal. Fair play to you.
That's
and
it.
I think
Cheers,
keep saying it as well, though, just taking on them challenges. You're either going to win or learn. Like Leon says from Dragon's Dents, you win it or you learn, you know. But there was one that caught my eye. In fact, I mentioned it in last week's show, the season 2 launch. I said, remind me of a dent I've seen this week, and we'll come back to it. I forgot. Of course I did. I forgot.
You forget everything.
I do, mate, because I enjoy myself so much on this show. It just flies by. But it was a dent by Mr. Joe Monk. And I think you put it up on Instagram, was it? Oh, no, you put it in somebody's forum, first of all, I think.
Yeah, I put it on the Real World PDR, I think, put it on.
That one.
Yeah, so
look at that.
Real World, yeah.
Respect the crowns.
Real World.
You're all aware of Mr. Jim Mitchell, then?
Absolutely.
Top chap. He's a good chap.
Legendary. We should get Jim on one time.
He wants to come on. We can get him on.
That's when I subscribed to it for just over a year, just before it went into lockdown and we got closed down for 7 weeks. But I had a standard of metal, obviously, because of panel beating, but I reckon subscribing to that, which it works out to like 50 quid a month or something like that, took me from here to there, like in a short amount of time, because just the way he explains it down to earth, and just explaining how, because I was in smaller stuff then, and not too bad, but anything that was like really sharp on body lines or nasty, he explains it in such a way that how you've got to relieve them pressures in the metal, because you can push as hard as you want on that, and until you release what's around it, all you can do is crack the paint. And it's invaluable, the training that he gives for how much it costs.
There's loads of good stuff on there. I'm on there as well. I've seen a few of the advanced stuff, and it's all really good.
Yeah,
loads of content.
Very, very good.
I don't know how he gets all the time to sort it all out.
I mean, as you last know, the editing takes hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, there's a lot of work, and dedication gone into that.
As you lot know as well, like I've filmed the odd tiny little bit that I stick on my social media, but on them big videos, I've got no idea how he works around a camera and picks up that detail, because it's crazy.
It's tough work.
Yeah, that makes fixing that dent so much harder, because he's having to work around the camera, and that is crazy. Yeah.
And I'm sure, like you say, mate, we can all appreciate it. Like Jim, the likes of even him over that side, you know, the time and dedication that goes into creating. I've got the wrong way. the time and dedication that goes into creating those videos to help everybody out and for us all to get that kind of insight is just unreal. And fair play to them. Fair play to them all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There's lots of good training subscriptions on there. I mean, I was on Dent Trainer when I started. Well, I'd got the ball rolling, and then I went on Dent Trainer, and it helped me along. But yeah, Jim's one up at that time.
Dent Trainer, is that Lions or is he Fog?
So anyway,
Moving
Joe,
on.
Right, let's
swiftly.
cut back to this Dent. So I saw you post this up the other week.
I'm not biting tonight.
Yeah.
So I saw you post this job up the other week, and I saw it. And this Dent that you posted up is one of my sort of Achilles heels. These are the ones that come in my workshop, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do them, but do I have to? and they genuinely stress me out. So we've got the video of this Dent, all the media you sent through to us, and if you're happy to, we can have a little talk through it and exactly how you attack this, so that anyone that's watching us tonight or in the future can just sort of see how you broke this down, the tools you used, etc., etc. Joe is a male model. Has Joe got some blue steel? Has Joe got some blue steel for us?
Some blue steel. Maybe after another whiskey.
There you go. Give it half an hour, son.
Yeah, we're down 32 minutes in.
Right, let's chuck this video up of this Dent that you had, buddy, because, I mean, not only is it a bit of a snotter, the level of quality you got out of this is just insane. So let's have a look at the Dent. So you've got a lower body line. On what actual vehicle is this, buddy? Discovery. And how did you manage to get hold of a car that's from Wimbledon? Tell us about
that. We've got the fleet of them coming through our place at the minute that are obviously going out to Wimbledon to transport the players around it.
Right. Okay, so that's Serena Williams getting out the car too fast and whacking the door, right?
Something like that, mate. Yeah, someone's lost the match and whacked the racket against the door or something.
Right, so you've got that on the lower body line, which I hate lower body lines for a start.
Oh, I hate it when it does that. That circular thing.
Yeah.
That is what really, really bothers me. I mean, a chop over a body line, that's one thing. They're hard work, but we know how to attack it. But those bulges that put in those crowns at the top of concaves like that. Bleh.
Yeah, that was my worry. That was my main issue with it. That was the bit that I was like, oh.
Right, what are you thinking? What are you thinking when that's rolled in your bay on your... obviously, you've got the door off and on a stand, I'm assuming, and stripped down, etc.
Yeah, so the doors come off on the Savis, on all of them, on all the Discoveries and the Sports and everything. They're literally 2 bolts, check strap, wire and loom, and you're off. And they only weigh about 150 kilos, so they're nice and light.
Perfect.
And yeah, so on stand, door molding off, and they've got decent access through the bottoms to the molding holes.
Right.
So my plan was really just to get some pressure on the very centre of that body line, on that deepest bit, and just apply some pressure as I tried to get that crown down. And that's how I went at it, really.
So what are you... Right. Are you actually blending on the crown itself while putting pressure underneath?
Yeah, so I took an R4 just with a cherry cap on the just an ultra double bend bar.
Right.
And yeah, literally just worked my way in, and I spent a few minutes just making, because it's hard when it's so deep like that. It's hard to tell where your tip is, isn't it, until you're really starting to push on it.
It's without bloody light.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know when it's coming, but when it does.
There we go. Yeah. So yeah, literally, when I thought I was pretty much on the centre of it, I just applied some pressure to it and just kept that pressure on. And I just had one of the knockers tips on my blending hammer, just with one of them little caps on the end.
Yep.
The little soft caps, and literally I just started working that big old crown above that body line just to get some of that pressure out of it. And it, to be honest, it came up lovely, to be honest. It was either going to fight me every step of the way, or it was going to play ball. And this one played ball a lot better than I thought it would. I thought, my opinion on this one when I first got it was going to have to be to 89%, and then it was going to the body shop to have a quick refinish, and then it'd be job done.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not ideal because it's a brand new car. It could do without being painted, really.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to fill it. So yeah.
Are
That's
you
how it started,
working?
I think.
Are you working all of that raised crown section on the right, or just the bit that's on the top of the dent, or what? Because I've known when I've had stuff like that before. I mean, I'll attack it a bit differently now, but certainly the first couple of dents that I had like that, I'd work the whole thing, and then by the time I'd got that body line up, you were dealing with such a sunken area on the top side where the crown was, that you're just then fighting for ages to rebuild that section.
Blend it out.
And I know from the video that we're about to see in a minute and the level of finish that you got it right, bang on, mate. Absolutely bang on.
So on that real OP, what Jim tries to put across is just to keep everything at sort of one level. Don't focus too much on one area.
Yeah.
So I applied some pressure on that body line and started to tap at the highest part of the crown on that right hand side above it, until I started to get some movement, obviously from the body line coming back up and that crown's going down. And then I just switched between really pushing on that body line with just a nylon tip, just something soft that's not going to crack the paint, but still got a bit of force behind it. Because you can tend to, I found sometimes I've stayed with a soft tip or like a cherry for too long, and you can create a bit more of a problem for yourself by over pushing it, and then it makes it so much harder to get that body line really crisp again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I brought that up till it was at a decent level, and then I started that part above body line where it's put that lovely ring around that big crown. I'd done one of these before and I attempted it. It got there in the end, but I approached it a bit wrong and it took me a longer than it should have.
Yeah.
So I started to tap down with big kind of soft. Once I got that down, it was kind of like a big mushroom soft crown, and then it put that ring around it. So all I use is obviously like VIP do theirs now, but I've literally got some nylon stick that I turned down in my shed. I've done a little lathe with a pull Q-tip just screwed in the end, and they work amazing. Just 10mm pull Q-tips, just for blending out like soft crowns. They're awesome, can't beat them. So I started to take that whole area down, because I think that where I was drinking before, I thought that it was just that ring around the outside that I'd got to pick up.
Yeah, it's not, is it?
Exactly. Yeah, you've got to tap that high crown area down inside that ring to then be able to work your way and lift that ring up. Yeah, and basically that was how I attacked it really, and then just flipping between working on that, picking that, and just trying to establish that body line back as early as I could.
It's really deceiving though, that type of dent, with the ring around it. Looking at it with your board, you just think you need to lift it up, but in fact you need to, like you say, whack it all down. Yeah,
and that's the mistake I put. And like I said, taking on stuff you don't know if you can do or not. I've done one before and I maybe attacked it wrong, but that taught me how to do this one. So this one, I mean, all in all, I thought it took me start to finish 3.5 hours, 3.25 hours.
Shut the front door.
I think that was just through I got lucky, or I just approached this one right. And
good man.
It come out nice, and then it's just a case of taking the small board off, getting the hairline, and that's what I learned on these door repairs. Like I'd have a normal shop light right on the edge of the store, and it'd look sound, but you'd take it off, you'd look down that body line, and it just had that ever so slight dip in it still.
Yeah.
And on black, obviously, it shows everything. So then just to get that light back, I was always told, like, by Paul and Ryan, the lads I work with, get that light as far back as you can. So yeah, got the light back, and then it's just a case of just keep lifting the body line, tapping where any kind of crowns and pressure you see around it, because until you relieve all that pressure, you'll never get that body line back up where it wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to be fighting against that pressure.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah. If I'm getting that in my workshop, obviously, I mean, do you have to do your own strip and fit, or is that getting delivered to you as is?
Yeah, no, we have to strip everything, yeah.
Yeah, good lad. Well, I'm going to tell the customer that's taking all day for a start. I mean, I'll have... Well, I am, because I'll have stuff in between it, and I just know from my head, I'll probably want to just walk away from that for a little bit, go and do something else, whack out a ding if they exist, and then come back to it with some fresh eyes, because those crowns are a son of a...
Yeah, they can mess with your head, can't they?
Massively.
One of the lads I work with on the smart repair, I was on jobs like this, big jobs, I'll stick my headphones in, and I was at a private job the other day, big house in the country being built, and one of their kids was having a piano lesson in the big cabin thing next to me. And I was repairing this mini door, and I thought, quite chilled out. I'm repairing this dent, and I've got someone playing piano in a room next to me. So on this dent, I went on Spotify and I stuck in piano classics, and I was listening to just and I said to this, listen what I'm listening to when I'm repairing this. And his reply was, even my nan wouldn't listen to that. So
the poor kid with his piano lessons. Every couple of minutes, he's like,
and it was all Global that was, yeah. So yeah, he was trying his piano lesson, and there's me wailing in the background with a tap there.
bang, 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 bang.
Wow. Nice. Well, I'll tell you what. Should we let this video roll and we'll have a little looky at just how it turned out for you? We've got a little bit of a scan over the area first of all. Disgusting. I hate these jobs. Absolutely hate them.
Dave Dutson calls that a crown with a halo. Steve Wood says, halo of the devil. Lol.
Brace yourself for the level of quality on this, though.
That's a different door.
Cheater. Look at that.
Oh, there's no in that bloody that light reflection, is there?
I've zoomed in and cropped this. This is the exact area, by the way. That's just stupid. I mean, I give up. Who wants my tool set? Yeah, see you later. See you later, Joe.
I'm going to yours for some pizza.
Can you see what you're looking at, that Martin? Or?
I can see everything.
What a turn.
I just saw a little ripple then.
There you go. There you are, mate. This was just for you, this was. See, I don't know what I'm looking at. So this might look terrible with lines, so I don't know what I'm looking at. They look reasonably straight to me, so.
I think if you ran that through the barcode at Asda, it'd just say clean as.
Perfect. There you go, Graham Seaton says clean as.
Natural reflection. Can you see anything in the natural reflection? No, because he's absolutely minted it.
Yeah, I think you've got that sucker.
That is ridiculous.
Steve Wood says you glassed it.
I'll get one of them call up in my workshop again. I want to say, listen, it's worth a trip down to Leicester, love.
Definitely.
Yeah. He's good. I mean, absolutely hats off to you, mate. That was an absolutely savage job.
Kevin says excellent repair job. There you go.
There you go. I'll tell you what. Let's
Bobby's on. Brilliant repair.
Go and follow Joe on some social medias. Joe, where's everyone finding you on social media, mate? What is your @?
So on Facebook, I've sort of got two really. I've got the private and then the business. So it's just Joe Monk PDR, or JMPDR Limited.
Yes,
and on Instagram, I don't even know what my username is on there. You search JMPDR Limited and you'll find me.
there you go. I'm just making you a little banner, mate, to scroll across the screen. If anybody wants to go and follow Joe, which you should for repairs like that, there you go. Follow him at Joe Monk PDR or JMPDR LTD on Instagram and Facebook. Jesus H. Christ, that is some repair. Well done, mate. Really well done.
Bravo.
You've earned yourself a drink. Go on, son.
That's it, yeah. Strong one.
I've got no more questions now. No, that's it.
Get out of it. You had a massive list,
See you
mate.
later.
Guys, if you've got any questions for Joe, jump up in the comment section and ask away, whether it's on that repair or anything, or even how Joe's got to where he's got to within 2.5 years. Because to be fair, I wouldn't have been doing that after 2.5 years. I can't do that now. So, Jesus Christ.
Come on now.
Fair play. No, seriously, man, I hate them dents. And they hate me.
Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to it. And I thought, to be honest, the use of a better phrase, I thought it was going to go right at my house. But it's come out right, yeah.
Beep, 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 beep,
Well,
beep.
you've done it now, and you know you can do them. And your boss knows you can do them.
Yeah, but that's what gets you with dents, isn't it? Because you'll do that, and then the next one you try and do will go right, yeah.
Yeah. Win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
So I was gonna
yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you like repairing the most? But it's either Jaguar or Land Rover, isn't it?
So long as they're red.
Yeah, I'm red. Yeah.
Me personally, like I don't know how you lads feel about it, but I think BMs are about my favourite to work on. Just
Yeah,
the,
I like
the
BMs.
metal on BMs moves wicked. It just seems to flow on BMs. I like them, but I don't work on them every day. So
I tell you what, Joe, you're getting some love in the comments section. Let's chuck up some of them comments from Joe's
do you want to do it?
Joe, no, you carry on, mate. This
Igor, he's saying, thanks for making us all look like amateurs.
Yeah, correct.
Cheers.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Who else have we got?
Joe, what wood treatment do you use on your shed?
Stain it with a bit of this. Put a bit of this on it. And lovely, yeah.
Bit of wild turkey.
That's a bit of wild turkey. It does it a dream.
I tell you what, mate, if it doesn't work out with your missus, I think we've got a dent tech in the comments that would take you up on an offer. What's Johnny Cullen saying?
Oh, he's saying a lot of things, but I'm not sticking it on.
I'll stick this one up for you. Look at that. Johnny saying, I'd like a kiss from Joe. There you go.
Oh, dear.
Good times, mate. Unreal. You deserve all the praise for that job and all the jobs you've been doing, to be fair, because there's some ridiculous work.
Bill,
Hey.
Bill, good morning. He's a new fan from Australia. Good day, mate.
Look at that. He's up early again, isn't he? On a school night as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, what is it, like 3 a.m. there?
I think it is, but I can't remember. It's 3 or 4 in the morning. It's still super early.
Something daft o'clock, that's for sure.
You must be nuts. You get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch this.
We'll just watch us. I know. James Day, Joe and I have had a good conversation after buying a light board off him. I hope it was lines. Good effort.
Yeah. I sent him some fine line with it, mate.
Huh?
I sent him some fine line with it, mate. You're right.
Nice one.
I think Joe was also shocked before we came on air tonight just how disorganised and whatnot we are, and how this really isn't as professional as it may seem.
Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors, baby.
Bill Ramsey's from East London, really. There you go.
Yeah.
I can't do an accent. If I do an accent, I sound like... You what, sorry?
When you finally got here, anyway.
Hey!
we were 3 drinks in by the time you arrived.
I'm three drinks in now.
So normally before we go live at 8:30, we're supposed to have like a bit of at least half an hour catch up and pre-production meeting to run through everything. But Martin always leaves it till like 8:25 before we go live, and it's always a mad panic.
Haircut, shave.
You have had a shave tonight. You look bloody lovely, mate. You
I'm
do.
going on holiday. Yeah.
I can't blame Johnny for wanting to kiss you. Get to the back of the queue.
Right then. Questions.
What's anyone got? Have you got anything new, mate?
Me?
Yeah.
What is your go-to tool?
Oh,
Ratchet Reaper.
good
What's one
answer.
of them? I haven't got one of them. I need to buy one. No.
Right, yeah, the black handle and the red handle. Yeah, pretty much go to one. Any of your door dig stuff, and then double bend, ultra bar. You can't go wrong with that bar. Also, okay.
Yeah, I use that all the time. I get sick of saying it. This is my Ultra Dent Tools double bend screw tip bar.
It's just like watching a
first
video.
bar I bought, and it's worth it now.
Yeah, it comes out all the time. I've got a new one now from B&D Tools. It's got the new end, for the tactical handle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right then, your least favourite tool then?
Controversial.
Ooh. I tell you what, I think I've got a.
Just splash it on.
I don't even know what it is. I was recommended to get it when I first started, but it's a whale tail and it's got a black handle. Is it an ultra whale tail? It's got like a. But yeah, I'll never use it.
Send it up, mate. Every day I use that thing.
Yeah, I'll have it.
It's in the box. The trouble is though, I've not got a huge amount of kit, but I've got enough that gets me by pretty much. But you've got bars and box that you never use, but every now and then it'll get you out the.
Is it one of them with the wider flares on the ends?
Yeah, it's got like a wide end, but it's like an oval sort of head.
Oh yeah.
Do you not know what that tool's for? Eating pot noodles, mate.
No way.
If you don't eat your pot noodles with a Dentcraft or Ultra Whale Tail, are you even a dent guy? Am I right?
But it's about my arms ain't long enough.
Oh right. I said, well, can't you get someone else to do it for you, or you just jam it in somewhere and
it's one day I'll get to the level where I've got an assistant to like you two to feed me with pot noodles. Will you?
Oh man, I haven't got an assistant.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Right then, anything that's on your tool list. We're in the tool section, so is there out that you're wanting to buy? I know you've just got that paint depth gauge, which is super.
Yeah.
I always say super.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's amazing.
For the money that thing is, and for what it does, it's awesome. Absolute, great big. That is. If you ain't got it, go and buy it. Yeah. Just for peace of mind as well. Like if you're not quite sure, it takes 2 seconds, stick it on. It's as quick as getting your magnet out your box to check if it's steel or alloy.
Tells you.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone's thinking about it or not,
does it make you money? Does it make you money? That was a question the other day.
Yeah, but it could save you spending money if you pull a massive, great big paint.
I'll tell you how it's going to make you money, because what I've started doing now since I've got mine is on
Ben,
my MTRX, right? I've put it as a secondary factor. So if that paint gauge shows up amber, plus 10%, and if it shows up red, plus 20%, because that job's now taking me longer, isn't it? Because I've got to take more care. And rightly so. So, if it's taking me longer, time's money.
If it shows up red, send it to Martin.
Well, obviously. But no, it's right.
Well, I'm going to know it's red out as well, aren't I? So I'm going to check it.
Yeah. So, obviously, it's going to help you out not to getting any sticky bother. But if that's now telling me I'm going to have to take longer to fix that dent, then it's not going to be, by rights, you should be earning more than if it was a straightforward.
Yeah, definitely. And as well, that if you stick it on it and you can see that it's had a second layer of paint, whether if you were probably going to attack it with glue normally, because there'd be no reason not to, if you stick it on and you know it's painted, you might think, I can get a bar to it still. I'm going to bar it instead of gluing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And not take the risk.
Or start doing stripping and fit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, what was the question? Bit of kit that I want to buy.
You're going to buy, that you're wanting to buy, yeah.
Oh, there's so much. But
We've got all night, it's okay. The longer we talk, the colder his pizza gets.
so I never get to talk to us. Everyone takes the piss out of talking to us. I try and talk towards the pool, and everyone wants to talk about football. I don't care about football. Let's talk.
Foosball for the devil.
Stuff that I'm really interested in, but is expensive as hell to get over it. The Stanline stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It really intrigues me. No one that I work near or close has any, but from the videos that I see on with Jim using and that, the techniques and that look brilliant. But by the time you've got the import fees and the shipping costs over here, it's expensive to get it.
Well, let's all bombard Uncle Kev. Are you going to get some Stanliner in, Uncle Kev? Come on.
They are good tools. A friend, fellow technician, has lent me some, and I've been using them when I can, and they are mint, so they're definitely worth buying. That's Chris Eames at Ace Dentura.
Best name ever.
That's quality. That's quality. Yeah, I don't think he wants them back either because he's not asked or anything like that.
Legend.
I've got a few a few bits of kit from Alligator PDR tools. Similar principles, concepts. And yeah, they're very good. But yeah, there's some stuff that I think could be so useful. But it's unless I think really to get it to the UK, you need to be doing to justify the shipping and that sort of stuff. You need to be ordering a bulk amount of tools. Like if you're just ordering one bar, by the time you paid $170 shipping to get it here, it's crazy. You might as well wait until you've got a grand 1,500 quid spare and order 5 or 6 bars.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
Sounds about right.
So,
wow.
You never know what Santa Claus might bring you. There you go.
all
Right then. I know. Future goals for your business? I'd never make a TV presenter, would I?
I've not. I just want to continue on the path I'm on. Really, I enjoy doing what I do. And coming from like where I've come from, a body shop background. I want to continue what I'm doing, and I enjoy what I do every day. I've changed jobs. I've worked in multiple accident repair body shops, and always kind of lived on the basis that if you're not happy somewhere, move, change it, because life's too short to be miserable every day and go and work somewhere you don't enjoy. And I've landed on my feet really. I couldn't like Paul Ogden, I subcontract to. He's awesome bloke, and he's put me on the right path to a great career hopefully.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
Yeah. If you're happy, and that's the main thing. And that's half of it. And you love what you do, so keep cracking.
I think you can see in your work you love what you do, mate. I don't think you're going to be taking on stuff like that and certainly finishing it to that standard if you didn't love what you were doing. So fair play.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you've got to, wouldn't you? Because on some, especially the big smash stuff, like I mean, I'm finding it a bit harder to take stuff on at the minute because I've got a young lad, and it obviously your dynamic changes a little bit when you've got kids involved. Whereas before I could get away with taking on some bad door repairs and I'd take it off and I'd sit in the garage Saturday, Sunday and I'd get it done. But yeah,
you have to take time
I love
off.
doing it. Yeah, but it's perseverance. Like I've had multiple jobs where I'll be sat there in my garage or somewhere else, and you'll get 4 hours into it, and you think, "Why have I took this job on?" But
we say that every day.
Yeah, if I quit now, I'm not getting paid because I work off the principle unless I can get that to a bloody good standard. you're not getting charged, because I don't like doing like really tidy up work, or because someone might say to your face like, yeah, it's fine, like don't worry about it, but then the mate comes around who knows a lot about cars and go, who repaired that?
Yeah,
Like,
your name's on a repair, isn't
yeah,
it? So
you
yeah,
put your
I
name to
agree.
it. Yeah, so I don't like to put anything out there that is not pretty cock on, really, can help it.
Fair play, man.
I was just about to say that.
Fair play.
Fair
That's all
play,
I
yeah.
say, mate. That's all I say. But you're right. I mean, I think everyone works a bit differently, don't they? I mean, I would always do that. And now, if anybody wants a tidy up or something like that, I will always put it on MTRX as a note fixed to whatever percentage, whatever that means. You agree with a customer or something, because at the end of the day, we've all got families to feed. And if there's a job there, why not? If you can provide that service to the customer and convert it into a review or whatever it is, or they're going to tell somebody, as long as you're all on the same page. And to be honest with you, if you've got it signed off on MTRX and they've signed it, any comebacks on that level of quality, well, hang on a minute, it's there.
Yeah. So, definitely just like do it up front, because the minute if you don't say up front, right, this is nothing, that bit that's in the frame, you might see a little bit of a line where the frame is ill. If you don't do all that, and then you get to the end and you go, oh yeah, by the way, that's 300 quid, but that's not quite right, and that's not quite right, then you're into problems, aren't you? Like, if you
I think it was
from my experience, if you explain the end result that you're going for at the start, you're happy days.
I think what changed my mind on that was watching, I hopefully get this right, I think it was Gene Fetty at the Dream online event, he had a principle of, again, I'm not going to get too much into it, but like a percentage repair. And he sort of broke it down on a simplistic level of, listen, I've got mouths to feed. I've got X amount of staff. I've got their families that are depending on that. I'm not just going to turn jobs away because I'm too proud on it, but there has to be that level of understanding and a sign off with the customer that says, here's what you've asked for, here's what you've got, and you sign off on it. And everybody's earning money. The customer's getting the value that they wanted, etc. And you sit there sometimes and you go, hang on a minute, how much money did I actually let go out the door because I would only do 100%?
Yeah.
And there's that trade-off. Not everyone agrees with that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, when you mentioned that, and then I watched the video, and I was a bit against it at first, and then a couple of days later, a job came in, and that kind of scenario presented itself, and I did that. I said, well, I can do it this way, and I'll do it for less money, but it's going to be, might need painting afterwards. What do you want to do? And they said, I'm not bothered. I'm going to get it painted afterwards. Just get it to a stage, and then I'll go from there. So I was like, okay. Yeah. So,
and by the way, this isn't getting it confused with whoever that's going to say they're going to do this big smash dent for 40 quid and hack it up. This is a principle of, I'm going to get it to this standard for you. The customer will either say they're happy with it or not. Well, okay, I've left it in such a state that I can carry on and still do that 100% repair for you.
Yeah, spend another couple of hours.
But this costs X amount. It's literally that sliding scale of what's your value? What do you want? Like I say, how much money are you going to let say go out the door? I don't know. Each to their own. Protractor price, and that's exactly it, mate. I was trying to think of that. Martin's got it right. That's exactly what it is. Perfect. But yeah. Oh, he's lining up for another one. What have you got? What do you got?
Johnny Cullen's trying to call me now.
Oh man!
I'm live. What do you want?
I'll tell you what.
Put it in the questions.
Hang on a minute. We can do this because I can Bluetooth my phone to the desk, and we can have live in callers. Let's not do it this week, so we don't want to mess it up. But for episodes moving forward, we can have a call-in service.
Anyone is welcome to put your face on here. You can all join us if you want, apart from Jason Hutchinson.
No, Jace is more than welcome on.
Of course he is.
We'll have a banter episode with Jace because that is some funny crack.
Oh, you'd have to get used to his jokes.
I'll tell you what. No, we will do that though. We will do that. If anyone wants to call in, we can Bluetooth you to the desk and as your phone-in caller. Look at that. Call 0800 99 99 Dent Fix.
Dent Fix.
I've got a feeling on this podcast, you're going to need one of them bleep buttons really handy.
Your hand is going to have to be hovering over the end call, isn't it?
Yeah. We're all right on this one. I think the last question I've got for you is, what do you think is going to happen to the industry, or how do you think the industry is going to progress?
I hope we still carry on making cars out of metal.
Steel.
Really.
And not plastic.
Every day, mate, we have cars coming to us, cold metal repair on I-Pace front wings, that plastic. There's I can't think what models are now. I think so at least over the tailgates on the Jags and Land Rovers are plastic. And we always get them coming in with dented. Sorry, brother.
What was it like with the cactuses with that weird rubbery stuff down the doors? That's bang out of order for a start.
It is, isn't it? I always charge double on them. I thought, really.
What's Wayne saying? Wayne Andrews.
So pop it up.
Yes.
There you go.
So Wayne did a job the other day working on those principles. Customer wanted to tidy up, as was selling car. Did it at a cheaper cost on MTRX. Customer was more than happy. There you go. As long as everybody's happy and you're all on the same page, then why not?
That's it, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. That's it. I think that's all the questions I've got.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Is like, that last 10% is for your own sanity sometimes. Like, you saying to a customer, right, okay, it's nasty, but I think I can get it to the point where it's acceptable. Your 60-70% to a lot of people is mint.
Oh yeah.
Like that's sometimes you can be overcritical, like, because that contract I work on, everything pretty much has to be immaculate. Like, it goes through multiple QCs and it has to go out that door like a brand new car, basically.
It's a good place to be at.
It is. It's very good, and it has taught me very well.
Keeps
but I think sometimes on the massive repairs, like, I'll sometimes spend a lot of time, and then what I'll normally do is I'll take a lot of pictures, one to put on social media, and two just for my own to look at. But like, if I'm getting towards the end of the repair, sometimes I'll just flip back and look at that first picture, and it sometimes helps to look at that first picture and think, I ain't done too bad. Like, when you're picking up stuff that's half the width of a grain of rice and it starts out like this, you're like, it's all right.
You've done well. Done well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think with larger repairs, you kind of sometimes have to expect there's going to be some wobble or some ripple, but from what it did look like to the results that you've got, it's a massive difference.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and I noticed a lot of stuff on social media that a lot of people don't put like videos on, they'll just do a before and after picture, and we all know you can hide a lot in a picture, can't you? Like, and videos show a true repair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and to the public, like, although like a dead man would watch that video and they might see that light just flicker a tiny bit, and there's something there, and like,
not on your videos, mate. Not on your videos.
On that one, that one was not too bad. But as a dev guy, that does, and especially going between like the fog and the lines thing. Sometimes I find, like, you'll have that board right back, and you think that is mint, and then
you stick the lines on, you can see everything,
and then you've got the lines of the workshop or working in front of a shutter door, and you'll be like, oh, what is that?
I had it with a new trade customer today. He brought in this absolutely wallop quarter panel, and I could only glue pull it. There was no other way around it, really. And put my heart and soul into it, as you always do. I thought, it's a new customer, we'll send his first car out right for him. And listen, you could see it wasn't 100%, but it was it was more than sellable. So I put the car outside and we had the shutters down and I heard him turn up and I just heard this outside and I'm like, he's here. So I opened up the door and I went out to see him and he's looking at me in disbelief and I'm thinking, oh yeah. And then I went and stood next to the panel as he was talking to me like, how the hell have you done that? And I could see my reflection in the quarter panel and I looked like I was stood in front of one of their mirrors at a blooming fun fair and I'm like,
one of the wavy ones.
Now then, about that. I mean, there's a slight little flicker in it, but no, he was more than happy.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well,
yeah, and like I say, because I think you get a bit disillusioned sometimes because we do it day in day out. You know what you're looking at, and you'll watch a video and you'll see that panning across, and you see a tiny little flicker of a line. You think, yeah, a tiny bit there, but considering what it started off at. But like my dad, who's watching in the living room now, I think somewhere, he's not on the wall.
Evening, Mr. Monk.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
But like, I'll send him a picture of like, oh, I'm repairing this today, and sometimes like even the before pictures, like can't see it. Right.
Oh, that's the customer you want.
ring the dent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Although he don't pay for the repairs on his car, so I don't want too many customers.
Good lad.
It's when they come out and they say, "Oh, which side was it?" And you go, "It's the opposite side." I always tell him it's the right side after.
My personal favourite is when you put your heart and soul into a horrible, horrible dent, and I mean you're really proud of it, and then they'll just walk up and go, "That's a lot better, isn't it?" Anyway, how do you want painting?
Tell me about it. You know on that reel you did of my ones at the start. Maybe the very last one, that one that's got the writing across it, the bottom of the polo door, and that body line's like sorted. I spent what did I spend? I maybe spent
about 250 quid on a new door.
Yeah. I think I spent 10, 11 hours in the garage on that. Picked up from the customer, brought it back to my house, took the door off in the garage, tapping for 10, 11 hours, and that the last 3 hours was from my own sanity, really. You know what I mean? Just making sure. And I literally, a lovely old bloke I took it back to, and I'd literally spent hours getting it pretty much mint. Took it back.
Come out and look at it.
Literally, come out the house. Yeah, lovely. Okay, then I'm like, get down and bodyline it. I could have spent 4 hours less on that, but
exactly.
that last bit is for your own sanity. But then again, it's like if his son comes around who
does
bodyline it.
Yeah. Shows his son, oh, Mr. Monk's done a really good job. Just go and have a look at it. And he goes,
what?
Stands 100 metres down the street looking at it.
Comes out with his inspection board. No, he's not.
Turns out his son's Martin Sadler after all.
Yeah.
Go on, Joe. Trying to pull one over on my dad.
He'll dislike it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now listen up, pal. That's it. I'll tell you what, guys, we are on the hour and 15 mark.
Oh no, it's your pizza's well cold. Does it smell okay, or is it the smell gone now? It's that old.
I don't know, mate. Should we have 10 minutes of watching me stuff my face? That'll be great viewing.
Okay.
I'll tell you what we can do is we'll just
show us.
We'll just do that, look, and I'll just snap it. Oh no, are we going to get pulled down for advertising now?
No, because it wasn't on there. It was like a beginning of a comedy.
That's from my local pizzeria, Flomino's.
Good effort.
Flomino's Pizzas, the best in Rotherham, you know.
Actually, while we're on the subject of local businesses, sorry, Joe, I did a dent for someone today, and they owned a spirits, a distillery place in Beverley. And hey,
send the link, mate.
I will do, yeah. So I fixed it. I fixed the car for him. It was going back tomorrow, and it dented his father's car. It was in bits over it, and anyway, said, "Oh, I work in the town. You know, I work at this distillery spirit shop." I was like, "Oh, do you really?" So I said, I like brandy, you know. Anyway, came to pick up his car. It was over the moon, and
Yay!
Yeah.
Look at that, hey?
that's posh, isn't it?
Did he?
Right, look.
Oh, mate, you can't open that now. That's got to go on the shelf.
Can you see it? Look, it says "Do not consume on the job." Well, obviously I didn't, but I had a little bit. There you go. So, Kindred Spirits. It's k-spirits.co.uk. They're in Cumbria and Beverley. Just go on there and just buy everything on the top shelf.
We'll stick a link up on the post or something. Tell you what.
Cheers, Sam. Thank you.
Are they fueling tonight's episode?
They are now.
No, but they are now.
Yeah. Thanks for drink.
Oh, I don't know.
Like it.
Sheesh. Hey, this is supposed to be one of our professional episodes.
It is.
It is. We've got it. Well, I tell you what.
Thank you very much. That was
Like I said,
very nice of you. Appreciate that.
It is nice when you get those personalised things or someone takes the time out to just make an effort with you and appreciates what you do.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy days. Have you had any personalised gifts, Joe? Or any kind of anything other than monetary value?
Just apart from the best one. But I do. The Beetle door. The one that you featured on one of the episodes?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember.
That one. Lovely bottle of wine. Bottle of red wine. Don't drink wine light, but it's sat in the kitchen.
I do.
Somewhat. You do. There you go, mate. Christmas present. That extra, because she was really nervous in a way, because general public who don't know anything about it, I think sometimes think that someone's going to turn up and hammer the dents, especially when they're outside their house and you're tapping away like bloody mad. They think that it's meant to be taking a dent.
Before you're taking the dents out.
Just when the safe hat's here, you go over his shoulder and you go, ah.
Yeah, that one before. But over the moon with it. Tenner tip and a bottle of wine. You can't go wrong, can you?
Nah, it's nice. It is
Lovely.
nice when people.
It's appreciation for you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Happy days.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I had a good
Google
one
review or whiskey. The ones
good lad.
accepted.
Both.
Both.
Either or.
How's your Google reviews doing? All right.
Posting a fair few up.
Yeah, so just any my evening and weekend work, I ping a link. And if they do it, they do it. If they don't. But predominantly a lot of them do. It's brilliant. Just a bit of. I found as well. I don't know if obviously I don't put anything because I just do my evening weekend stuff as extra. I don't put money into like Google ads or Facebook ads. Like I've done the odd couple, but like stupid, like in 20 quid, which is going to get you nowhere. But I found that the more Google reviews I get, the more people seem to find me from Google. I don't know if it has anything to do with it. I don't really know anything about that, but I found more people are finding me through Google and seeing a good review, and like I would looking at a company if they've got good reviews, you give them a chance, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do.
Watch our old our other season 1. You'll find out loads about that.
I watched it, mate. I was there.
Have you not watched season 1 yet?
He hasn't seen the introduction, has he?
I've watched them all, but
it's been lovely to see you anyway, Joe. See you later, mate.
This hinders the memory function.
What, from tonight?
He is a real dent guy. Told you.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Top man.
Yeah.
Lads, on that bombshell, it is an hour and 20 in. Shall we start wrapping this bad boy up and making an episode of it?
Wrap it up.
I tell you what, Joe, it's been awesome to have you on, fella.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you and talk to you.
I'm still blown away that you wanted me on it. I'm just someone who works in an airfield fixing some old Jags.
Anyone's welcome. We just ask, and everyone's welcome. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
And like we said on the last episode, if you do want to come on the show, and you got either anything to talk about, or you want us to do a spotlight on your company or whatever, give us a shout, send us a message, send us an email, and just like Dent of the Week stuff as well. If you've done a repair you're super happy with, drop us an email at those dent guys with a Z. I'm now saying it really slowly while I try and find the banner.
gmail.com.
There it is. Those dent guys at gmail.com. Send us any media through you want, and we'll have a chat. No matter who we're talking to that given week or what we're doing, we'll ping your jobs up and have a little nosy into them. But
Mark, are you using a fancy filter there, Martin, or is your light giving up the...
it's my light bulb's giving up. I'm just trying to turn it up a little bit.
You mean you're not really sat in that living room? Jesus Christ.
I went after Friday Night Cheers. I went on Amazon to try and find a light, and I was like, just so many to choose from, so I gave up. I thought it does its job.
That's it. Next time you got one of them big repairs on, get someone on that panel behind you, get them to twiddle out a little tune, and it'll melt away.
There you go. Is that better? No, it's all high tech stuff. Look.
Smoke and mirrors.
It is.
Always. You're going to have to chat, aren't you?
Yeah.
Certainly do.
I'm not really in a cabin. I'm in the house. I just
Joe sat on the toilet with a green screen behind him.
That's it, yeah.
Good lad. Well, listen, Joe, it's been awesome having you on, mate. Absolutely lovely chap and stellar technician, it would seem. So, fair play to you, buddy. Keep smacking them out.
Pleasure. Cheers, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Not as nerve-wracking as I thought it'd be.
Good.
Told you.
He did well. He's like a professional.
Pint of vodka beforehand.
Yeah,
Easy.
the whiskey had something to do, I think, but we've got through it.
That's what it's all about, boy. That's what it's all about.
That's it, yeah.
And you got a few new fans. Was it Johnny Cullen? Hey, I think he wants to meet you, Johnny Cullen, in person. I can't find it now. Have a look in the comments. He likes you.
We'll have a mad exodus.
It'll have to be quick. I got to be up at 4:30, mate.
I think he wants a man cuddle.
Folks, if you want to go and follow Joe on any social media, do so by searching at Joe Monk PDR or JMPDR. Seriously, go do it. As we've seen tonight, he's got some awesome work and needs to be followed. Go do it. Definitely. And obviously, if you want to go and follow us anywhere else and you're not doing so already, Saddle Socks, where are we?
We're right here, baby. We're on the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Search those Dent Guys. God,
that's right.
It's a good job you tell me what to do in it. And stream us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Libsyn, iHeartRadio. Search those Dent Guys.
Yes, indeedy. We are not doing a show next week. Like we said, we're going to be doing 3 a month. And next week's our week off that we've planned because Saddle Socks is off on holiday. Lovely stuff. And I'm not doing it on my own. So how'd you like them apples? So we'll have the week off next week. And then the following week, we will be back with another main episode where we'll have somebody on, some guest of awesomeness.
Got a few lined up, haven't we?
We have got a few lined up. We've got a few from the Black Book, don't we? One last time, Joe. Thanks for joining us, mate. It's been awesome. And to all you guys,
speak to you soon.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you in a couple of weeks for another Those Dent Guys. Awesome.
Cheers.
Thank you. Toodle pip show.